Hey you guys, C here. Thank you so much for clicking to join me in today's video. Now today I am sewing with Simplicity 8566. This is a child's and girls knit tunic and leggings pattern. It's also an easy to sew pattern. Now because mommy is in her postpartum days after recently welcoming baby number 3, I have opted not to sew myself anything. Instead, I'm going to be making my baby girl, Kai, she's 5. I'm going to be making her this outfit. Now I have sewn for her in the past, but I typically use her clothes as a pattern or I freestyle something. This time around, this is my first time using a commercial pattern to sew her something, so let's get into it. Obviously, because I've never used a commercial pattern to make Kai an outfit, I don't know her measurements. So you'll see me taking her measurements. I'm taking her waist, her chest, her hips, her length, as well as the measurement from her neck to her waist. If you are new to my channel, I am a self-taught sewist with the help of books, YouTube, and trial and error. I have taught myself how to sew. I have recently returned to sewing after a 6-year hiatus. Due to my lack of formal training when it comes to sewing, I tend to gravitate to easy to sew patterns or simple patterns. I also like to use simple patterns because they are less time consuming. I'm chasing after little ones as well as working a full-time job, so I do like to make life easier on myself. Regardless, I handle all of my projects in stages. So the first stage is going to be cutting my pattern pieces as well as my fabric pieces, after which I'll start sewing in stages. Ideally, I wanted to finish this project in 3 nights. Spoiler alert, I did have the baby, so it took me a tad bit longer to finish this project. So keep watching and let's see how this transpires. My sweet thing picked out her fabric, and with a little guidance from mommy, we opted for this spandex activewear-ish type orange material for the leggings, and of course this tie-dye knit for the tunic. It's important that she's wearing a fabric that is conducive for school. She's a little thing, so she's going to be a little rough and tough on her clothing. So not only did I want to make sure that she was wearing something cute and fashionable for her liking, but also something that is going to withstand the playground and being on her hands and knees and on the floor and things like that. Now to complete my prep for tonight, after I've measured up Kai and I've cut my pattern pieces, I've hung up my instructions just so I don't have to keep up with the paper. I don't have to worry about it falling. I don't have to keep folding it, opening it, whatever. It's right there hanging up, as well as my visual cue, which is the pattern booklet. But then also I'm making sure that I have the notions that I need. So I needed 1-inch elastic and then the thread. So I'm going to be using this lavender thread for the tunic. Now I realize I do not have any matching thread for the leggings, so I cut a little swatch of some scrap fabric and I'll be taking that to the fabric store just to look for some matching thread, and I'm all ready to go. So hopefully I can get started on this project tomorrow evening. One thing I didn't realize when picking up this pattern is the sizes. Now keep in mind, I've never used a commercial pattern with Kai before, so this was my first time measuring her. She's actually too small for the smallest size that this pattern is. So the pattern is US size 7 to 14. So when I measured her up, she was not measuring at a 7. She was actually measuring more so at a 5. So I've had to improvise a bit. Nothing too drastic, but just taking in the waist a little more, taking in the crotch a little bit, shortening the hem, shortening the sleeves. Okay, that sounds like a lot, but it really wasn't that bad. Because this is a pattern that she can grow into, or she will grow into, I went out and purchased some craft paper, some brown craft paper. And so I'm just gonna make some adjustments to the pattern piece that I cut out. That will allow me to make this tunic and top more frequently for the current size that she's in and not waste the actual commercial pattern. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But even though I had to make adjustments to the pattern, it really wasn't that bad. The pattern's still 10 out of 10. I'm still gonna keep it. I'm still gonna reuse it. I'll probably make some pieces for my nieces or my goddaughters. So once again, 10 out of 10, we'll keep it. For this project, I alternated between my Singer Heavy Duty 4432 and my Singer Quantum Stylist 9960. The machine really didn't matter. What did make a difference was the walking foot attachment. So per your suggestions in previous videos, I attached my walking foot to my Quantum Stylist, and it made a world of a difference. Now, I still had some troubleshooting issues. I still had issues with my machines eating up the fabric, but I was taking my time with the walking foot, and I know that without it, I would have had far more issues. So thank you guys so much for those suggestions. All right, so it is the end of night 3. The tunic is tunicking. So I have my sleeves and my sides all pinned up, ready for me to finish that up. I'm not going to sew the hem. Instead, I'm going to get some hem tape and use that. I just prefer that look when it comes to my tops. And the neckband is pinned up. I absolutely cannot stand neckbands. Hate dealing with them. It's pinned up as best as I could do. I hope it doesn't look too janky because it will be noticeable. All right, so that's where we are with the tunic. And then Kai's leggings are all finished, all pressed and ready to go. Interested in seeing how everything fits. Now, like I said, this is the end of night 3. I've probably spent maybe about, I don't know, maybe an hour tops on sewing these pieces. No, that's too much. I don't know. I've lost track of how long it's taken me thus far because I keep having troubleshooting issues. Now I'm using my walking foot because this is stretch material, but both my sewing machines are eating up this thin knit here. Both of my machines are eating it up. So I keep having to stop and adjust the tension, stop and rethread. It's been a bit of a nightmare, but all in all, so far it's not a bad project. Hopefully we can finish this up tomorrow, so stay tuned. As an update, we did not complete that outfit the next night. As a matter of fact, I went into labor, and the very next day, we welcomed baby boy. So after a short hiatus, I am back on my machine. I've now finished the tunic and the leggings, and so now I've got to get Kai fitted up. Keep in mind, the smallest size on the pattern is much too large for her. So I'm just pinning it up, sizing it up where I need to make alterations, and getting baby girl all set. Now, she loved this outfit. I enjoyed making it for her. So comment down below children's patterns, preferably some indie patterns that you've worked with. I would love to check them out. And here is the final reveal. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, definitely consider giving me a thumbs up and subscribing for more Sew With Me content. As always, I love you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.